Hello, hi. I had to come out into the sunlight. I don't know if you can really see my face. I can't really see my face, but I'm sure you can do without my gorgeousness if it's kind of obscured. So, the gossip, you'll know more. I think you'll know more. So, remember that chick, Stony, and she goes by Janet Canada on Instagram, like a few weeks ago. She's like, so pumped about this upcoming show, Calvin Johnson. I mean, like all that. And I felt a twinge of envy, but I also thought it was cheesy that she was bragging about it. But whatever, you're promoting your show, I guess. And then there's a bunch of posts of this and that. She gets a new guitar, whatever, mundane posts, and then there's a post of her anorexic legs, like in white tights with black shoes, like, and she's like, my friend told me to post here whenever I feel sad or lonely, and some people respond like, are you okay? And then I think before that there's a post that's angry, and it's like, to all the cis assholes, like cis men assholes, I think, reveling in their straight male white privilege, who have lost any sense of community or fellowship and grab the next opportunity while trampling over people. Those are not the exact words. And now I don't remember. I strongly got the impression that her band had been squeezed out of this Calvin Johnson show, which is sad, especially if it was a bunch of dude bros that like muscled her out. So I feel for her. So, and then there's a picture of Calvin Johnson on performing, and like just neutral, like Calvin Johnson, and some saxophone band called This Saxophone Will Kill, the Woody Guthrie quote, but saxophones instead of guitar. Fascists. So I just wanted to know if you know the scoop. If you're in touch with Dan, I want to know. I want to know what happened. I sometimes check out her IG, and I get a weird impression of her. Like, she seems in a lot of ways more adult than like Mally or Gross Beyonce, and I'm sure it's because she has a kid. So she's got a bit more of a real life, actual struggle in this life, and responsibility. But I get the usual narcissism that just seems like basic for this generation, I guess. And maybe if this technology existed in our generation, we would be just as bad. Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily consider like Gen X or whatever like a superior race than millennials, but it's repulsive what they do. But I know they're born into it. So anyway, like, just so many fucking selfies. Oh, there was a sad selfie in a Chinese restaurant, and I think it was around the time of the anorexic legs and the just her ranting, or her being sad and mad about the show. But yeah, like, okay, so sad selfie in a Chinese restaurant, and it's like the caption is like something like, you could be sad anywhere. Like, I don't know. Like, that's totally not it, but something cheesy. And she has posted pictures. I've stalked her, okay? She has posted pictures of her child, but it's infrequent, and it's been quite a while. So I'm like thinking, yeah, maybe she's not like she's come around to not really being that into it. I'm on the fence about it. So it just comes across that she doesn't have a kid, and that all she does is like hang out with her band and be at her job, and like gotta put my feet up because there's chickens around, and I'm wearing the Nike flips, and that Ben will peck my feet. Get away from me. Oh, you can see me better now, can't you? I look so blonde. Yeah, I mean, she's not posting pictures of her kid, so it seems like she's like party, party, party. And then I was thinking, like, well, I know other, like, my friend Nick, my long lost crush love, who's a director now, he, like, sparingly posts a picture of his daughter, but mostly it's like him on the job or funny pictures from old movies, like movie stills, a funny comment, like, and I don't feel from him like, God, like, where's his daughter, the way I do with Stony. And make of that what you will. I don't know what the deal is with Stoney's husband, or what. There's chickens stalking me. I have nothing for you. Nothing. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. I mean, Nick has got to be probably, I'm sure, making like tons of money, and probably shares custody with his wife, and daughter probably goes to school, and he's probably not interested in bombarding Facebook with pictures of her. I can understand all that. I assume all of that, but this Stony, like, I feel like there's some kind of weird chaos. Oh, and there was a picture of Frank Hurricane, and she's like, here's to all the. It was like incoherent. The blah blah blah. Maybe she's drunk. The people that love that, and maybe moving into Bohemian Grove. And I was like, you want to move into Bohemian Grove with your daughter? I mean, I guess, it just seems so uncomfortable and chaotic. A place for a child to be, for me to be, for an adult to be. I mean, the people that are there, they're into it. But, yeah, just want to know more. I need you to be in touch with Dan. I need you to find out these things. I need you to find out, if you don't already know, what went down with the Calvin Johnson show and her band. Obviously, they were excluded when they had originally been included, and by all male bands. It sucks. I want to know about that. And I want to know what you think of her life with her child, and what do you think of her as a mother? I mean, I try to, as someone who's had their abilities as a mother a bit under scrutiny lately, I have a lot of empathy for the struggle, especially for single mothers. I can't even imagine. But it just seems like she's hustling for gigs, and like that's the most important thing to her. Of course. Oh my God, chicken attack. Can you see this? Do I get the... I don't know if I got that on for you. The gigs. Oh yeah, mothers should have interests beyond their children, especially as they get older. And I sure do in writing, and if I could do any music, I will. I'm not saying I'm the best mother, but I get it. Like, to have, like, I'm into this, and still up to a point, I'm with her, but there's something desperate, and there's something like obsessive that I'm getting, and I want you to comment on that. And that's all. And I've seen my therapist. She offered a extra session tonight. I took it, even though it's Thursday. So I had to bring Poppy, and they have a little waiting room with like some crappy toys, and I'll probably just give her iPad so that she goes into a trance and doesn't try to bust in and bother us. I picture her having to shit and like being like, I have to poo, and like, you know, she demands to be wiped, and like she's 6, and like I'm afraid that'll make me look like dysfunctional because I just do it. But I know she can do it, but she doesn't do a very good job. And I'm just like anxious about Poppy, and more like when I think about going to therapy tonight, I just think about Poppy being like something, anything, I don't know, disruptive or bored, and then disruptive, and or just out there quietly unhappy. It's only an hour, but Paul's birthday's tomorrow, and Poppy wants to make a homemade cheesecake, and like I have to go to therapy in 5 hours, and I want to go shopping for ingredients and following a recipe, and we're gonna make a song, and I got him a couple of presents, but I won't reveal them until after his birthday. I guess that's it. That's it. Okay. Oh, Poppy just kind of made me borderline cry because at her request, I made oatmeal with honey on the side. She usually does maple syrup, but we don't have any, or brown sugar. We don't have any, but we have honey. And I usually give it to her in a little tiny bowl on the side, and then she drizzles it. And I was eating my yogurt, not really paying attention, and then I realized like all she was doing was looking with her finger at the honey, and I felt really repulsed, and she was totally ignoring the oatmeal. And I don't want to be food nag or make her whatever, but I was like, hey, that oatmeal I made you that you asked for, like, what's up? And she's like, I ate some, and like I never saw her eat any, but okay, maybe she did. And she's like, I was like, all right. And she goes, it's not very good anyway. I was like, really crying. And so I just looked off into the distance. And then I said, I hope one day when you're older, you learn how to treat people with more kindness. And she went, probably not. I was like, oh, really? I was like, that's going to be really sad for Daddy and I, like, and for everybody that knows you and knows us. She's like, why? And I was like, because it's awful to be around people that are rude and nasty. And I was like, another way you could have said that was, Mommy, I can't really eat this. I don't like the texture or the flavor or whatever it is. I just don't want it. I'm sorry. Like anything, then it's not good. Like, what am I raising? Is this my fault? Try to model good manners. Yes, sometimes I fly off the handle in anger, which I apologize for. I think that's the worst thing I do. But good manners. Paul and I show good manners to each other and to her. I hope it's just an age thing. I don't know. Okay. Have a good day. Bye-bye.